They say hospitals are where lives begin and end, but for Dr. Claire Harrow, it was where something much darker took root. This is the story of her last night on call, a night she never spoke of again, a night no one could explain. Dr. Claire Harrow had worked the night shift in the psychiatric ward of Greystone Asylum for almost a decade. The facility was old, quiet, and mostly forgotten. Most nights were uneventful until one stormy Thursday in October. Around 2:13 a.m., the power flickered. The emergency lights buzzed to life with a low hum. Claire was reviewing patient files when the intercom crackled. Room 413. Immediate attention. The problem? Room 413 had been sealed off for over 20 years. It was the room of a patient named Elias Crane, once known as the Listener, a man who claimed he could hear the voices of the dead, and worse, that he could answer them. Claire hesitated, assuming it was a glitch. But then another buzz. Dr. Harrow. Room 413. Now. She grabbed her flashlight and keys, and against her better judgment, she went. The corridor was colder than the rest of the building. The lights dimmed the farther she walked, as if swallowed by something unseen. When she reached 413, the door was ajar. Impossible. Inside, the room was untouched. Dust-coated furniture, rusted bed frame, and peeling wallpaper. But on the bed was a man. Pale, thin, eyes wide open. Elias Crane? Claire whispered, heart thundering. The man slowly turned his head. You're late, doctor. She stepped back. You're not supposed to be here. This room is off limits. He chuckled. They never really leave, you know. You just stop listening. Claire's flashlight flickered. She backed toward the door, but it slammed shut. The walls groaned. The temperature dropped. And then, whispers. Dozens of them. Male, female, children, all chanting softly, stay, stay, stay. Claire's flashlight flickered. She backed toward the door, but it slammed shut. The walls groaned. The temperature dropped. And then, whispers. Dozens of them. Male, female, children, all chanting softly, stay, stay, stay. Elias stood up, his eyes black and bleeding. You opened the door, Claire. Now you hear them too. Claire screamed and lunged for the door. It wouldn't budge. The lights died completely. In the pitch black, something brushed her neck. Cold, bony fingers. She fumbled for her flashlight. When it blinked back on, Elias was gone. The whispers grew louder. She turned in circles. Faces began to emerge from the walls, screaming, moaning, reaching for her. Suddenly, the door burst open. A janitor stood there, wide-eyed. What the hell are you doing in there? Claire collapsed into his arms, sobbing. They called security. They swept the room. No one was found. No man in the bed. No record of a call. The door had been locked from the outside. Claire quit the next day. She never spoke of that night, not even to her husband. But she left behind one recording, captured on her office voicemail, timestamped just minutes before she went into room 413. It simply said, Dr. Harrow, they're talking again. Please, help us. The voice wasn't hers. It wasn't anyone alive. And it wasn't Elias Crane. It was a child's voice. One that had never existed. At least, not in this world. If you enjoyed tonight's tale and feel the shadows pressing in a little closer, you're not alone. Subscribe to Darkest Echoes for more stories that whisper when the world goes quiet. Until next time, keep the lights on. You never know who's listening.